So here we have the beginnings of my Arduino MIDI controller board. If you can see here, I've got a button attached up to my Arduino. I've got this little in-system programmer that's needed to be able to program the chips, because we actually flash the chip that controls the USB with firmware that makes it act as a MIDI over USB device, so you can't actually upload your sketches using this. You have to use these pinouts over here. Let's go ahead and attach that to the system and pull up the system information real quick. Now if we go to USB and pull up this IDIM device, which is our MIDI device, MIDI spelled backwards, you can see we've been able to update the manufacturer. We've also had to reset the product and vendor ID back to the original values for the Arduino Uno. So let's just take a quick look at the code. We have a LED on 13 that we're going to use for some feedback. We've got our button coming in on number 4. We're not actually using this function, and in our setup we're going to set up the LED as an output and the button as an input, and we use this MIDI begin MIDI to start our MIDI device. And then we have a bool is on is false, and in our loop we're going to check to see if the button is high and if is on is false. If that's the case, we're going to turn the node on, set is on to true, and turn the light on as well. Otherwise, we're going to set the button, otherwise if the button is low and is on is true, we're going to turn the node off, we're going to set is on to false, and then we're going to turn our LED off as well. And that's going to just give us a little bit of feedback of what's going on. So if we pop over into main stage, and we're in the layout, I'm going to click this button here, which is our mute button, and click assign, and we're going to go ahead and toggle this button, and the sign will click. If we go into our perform mode, then when we toggle this button over here, you see our mute turns on and off. And that is the basics.